Okay, hey y'all, I'm back. I came back because I want to do a review about 90 Day Fiance, which is one of my favorite shows. I love the 90 Day Fiance. I love the What Now. I love the After the 90 Days. Like, I'm obsessed. TLC did their thing when they came up with this concept of a show. And in case you don't know, 90 Day Fiance is about people who have fallen in love with people from another country. They go to the embassy, they apply to get the person to be able to come here to marry them, and they get 90 days to marry the person. And if not, then the other person has to go back to where they came from. So anyway, I want to talk about tonight's episode of 90 Day Fiance, the people in it and what has been transpiring in their relationship. And we're going to start off with Blake and Jasmine, okay? Blake comes off as very passive, very easily controlled, and gullible. And I picked that up because of the way that he allowed whatever his friends say is easily manipulated into his train of thought. Whatever his woman say is, and he's just constantly trying to please everyone, right? So I'll say that he's a people pleaser instead of just actually doing what would make him happy and what he feel is smart, best, makes sense, or whatever. So the Jasmine, I gave Jasmine kudos for the fact that when she got here, she had to live with his parents and he could not be in the same location. Now, what I was thinking what would have been an easy solution if he had to go and live with his siblings, his brother, why not go and live over there with his brothers with him? That made sense to me. Or why not wait and bring her until you already had your own place? To me, that would have been the easiest fix for that. But the fact that she has been living with his mother, and I gave her kudos for that. Now, this is where I have a problem with her at. She shows no interest in anything that he likes or that he's involved in. Everything is about Jasmine, how Jasmine feels, what Jasmine likes, what Jasmine doesn't like, and that's just law. Whatever it is she feels or says. So I feel that that's kind of wrong. I feel when you become a couple with someone, you should try to accept his friends and build some type of rapport with them. I feel that she's controlling on the non-drinking thing. If it's a birthday they celebrating, now if he's showing alcoholic tendencies, that's one thing. But I don't feel that that's the case. I think she's just a control freak, and since he is so passive, she easily is able to control him. But I love the way he stood up for himself a bit when they went out concerning the birthday party thing. But if you still pay attention, that was only due to the conversation he had just had with his friends, which kind of gave him that courage to be like, right, well, let me try and put my foot down a little bit. So that's why I feel that he needs to stand on his own as a man and directly think for himself. To me, when Jasmine went to her sister was more so on Blake's side, like, which I personally believe that it was like, girl, you need to be doing whatever he needs you to do to get that green card. To me, that's kind of what it came off with her sister. Like, she was defending Blake to the point trying to tell her sister, like, girl, you need a green card. Appease him. Do what you need to do. But even outside of that, I feel that this is his career path. Whether you feel he is great at it or not, it is his dream and what he's doing. She should show a bit more support and enthusiasm for that. If that was my man on the stage or a guy who I was even just dating, let alone engaged to, no, I am rooting for him at the rooftops, okay? So I feel that her selfishness is the reason why, right? He should in this. He needs a woman who really is going to respect what he does, support what he does, be involved in his life, and not just be like, well, I'm going to separate myself from your world, and we're only going to deal with each other in my world and what makes sense to me. You cannot mesh and build a family together or marriage together with that concept. So that's why I don't feel that it'd be right for them to get married. And then she talking about that she don't want to work, she don't want to go to school. I think he should have put his foot down for that too, because you're telling us that, yeah, it is a bit hard trying to take care of both of y'all. You need to have a conversation with her like, no, sweetheart, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to just not do anything. Let me build myself and get big enough, and then, right, you can stay at home when I make the money, which is what most couples do. They both work together in the beginning, working hard to build that lifestyle to where then they both can fall back, or the mother can go ahead and stay at home, stuff like that. She is not understanding that has to be built. Unless you meeting a man who's already a millionaire or a man who's up there in age, there's no way that you're going to run into a man who has everything established for you to try and lay back and live that lifestyle. She shouldn't want it to be that hard on him. You're supposed to be his team member. not his baggage, not his pet, not his child, his liability that he has to constantly take care of and cater to, that's not putting in anything into the pot. And women, make sure that y'all remember that when you're dealing with a guy, do not cut him off if he isn't all the way in his career. Most men are not established into their career till about 40 years old, and that's when they start reaping the benefits of all the work they did in their 30s and they late 20s, right? Because in your early 20s, you bullshitting. By your mid 20s, you like, okay, let me get serious. Let me figure out what it is that I need and want to do, what I like to do. And then you begin building a career in that to where you're making big bucks, have some collateral and some money coming in by the time you're in your late 30s, early 40s. So remember that you have to build with them. These women, they didn't start off already living that lifestyle. They was with the men in the mud, being like, okay, I'm gonna take, because they're looking at the long run. Like, right, I have to build my man up to get him where he need to be. But anyway, she doesn't do that. So as far as I'm concerned, Jasmine, he needs to send her back home with her parents. You don't want to work, stay with your parents. It's your parents' job to take care of you like that. You should have some type of dreams and aspirations, and it's sad that she doesn't. And then we're gonna move on to Mike and Natalie, right? Natalie is very immature, and I believe that Natalie has that like little girl mindset of a man has to constantly, she's needy, a man has to constantly show her affection and love, and that he wants her and down over her, give her whatever she wants. She is that type of woman, and if he's not doing that, then she's going to attack him, she's going to push him away, and just the way that she behaved, he should not even want Natalie anymore. Like, that girl is a sociopath, and she's very immature, got a lot of growing up to do. To me, he seems though like he's very weak, and she will easily be able to draw him back in, which we kind of already seen that on their ride to the plane. Like, this chick had the nerve to tell him, "You owe me an apology over some stuff she started." I also think that the fact that she's having problems with her green card, part of me believes that she probably was kind of pissed that she wasn't able to get on the plane with him, and part of me also believes that she is out just for a green card and a better life, and she feels that America would be a better life, and she looks at it like, oh, if I can't get there, this green card won't come through for me, then there's no point in me even being with you. I don't want you anymore. So that is a possibility, and he needs to grow some balls and put that little girl in her place. She one of those that he would have to shake her up, and she would act right. I'm sorry, I don't mean abuse. I'm just saying he would have to put his foot down for her to come out of that behavior. Because she has the mentality of when you like 14, 15, and you want to keep provoking a guy, see how much you can get away with it. So that's what I'm talking about. As far as he needs to put his foot down with her. And that might, if she's not just a full-blown psycho, calm her down and get her more leveled in how to be in a mature, adult, loving relationship. If she's not only in it for the green card. Let's get to Robert and Eddie. I do not look at Annie as a gold digger. I believe that Annie is looking at it like, okay, I'm with this man. We in a one bedroom. No, that does not suffice. No one will be comfortable or happy with being in a one bedroom with a child. Okay, like she said, it's affecting the intimacy, their sex life, and so she comes from just being a free, carefree, all I got to worry about is myself woman, young adult, to now I'm just automatically thrown into being a stepmother, a wife, stuck in a one bedroom with all three of them, have no friends or family or work of my own that I can put time into. That would be a lot, and I think that she's just saying, like, no, you don't have to be rich or millionaire, but you need to do better than this. And she needs to stay on him for that, because men do not push and go further unless they have that woman towards like, okay, I got real responsibilities. I need to step my game up. So I think that the pressure that she puts on him is good. It's healthy. Now, let's get into this conversation with, and I liked it how no, that goes to something else. So her brother, when she sat there with his brother, and his sister, I understand her reaction. It was like, okay, y'all are attacking me. Y'all making me out to seem like this bad guy. Robert was not aiding her in those conversations. He was more so like, yeah, get on her. So her whole thing was like, oh, okay, you want to do that? Well, let me put you in a spotlight of what you do. You're not this saint. Why y'all trying to make me out to be this horrible person? Let's look at your flaws and put that on the table too. So that's why she brought it up. But no, he's a liar. He's this, he's that. And I feel that the brother was very wrong to entreat her like that. I understood her crying, and it broke my heart when she was walking crying. And she was like, I feel alone. Because, right, you're with your man. You should never feel alone with your man. He was supposed to defend her. He's supposed to diffuse. That's how he's supposed to. He didn't handle that right at all. So, and plus the other thing they need to do, stop talking to any and everybody about your personal business. When you are in a relationship, you cannot do that, especially not with family. Because family has the problem of looking at whoever their family member is as being the prize, as being perfect, as being they could possibly do better than you, and they don't look at the fact that your family member come with their own set of flaws that people is putting up with. So the same way he's putting up with her nagging about finances, she's putting up with his bullshit too. So family needs to stop doing that, and then also stop pitting your family in all of your business. I didn't like that she was doing that, or I guess he was. When y'all are around friends and family, y'all personal issues should not be what's coming up 24/7. They ain't no counselor, they ain't no therapist. Y'all don't know them like that. Haven't even got a vibe if they even support the relationship or if they even healthy relationships themselves. Don't do that. But I felt so bad for her when she was crying and saying that. I totally could relate. I'm glad about how Robert chose to apologize later, and I hope that what he stated to her, he sticks by that, right? Y'all are a team. It's y'all against the world. Do not let no one, I don't care if it is family, dog out your woman, vice versa, and don't dog each other out to other people. So I'm hoping that they grow and learn from that. They are actually a couple that I see possibly working, making it down the long haul. I can actually picture them to like 10, 15 years from now, and I can see that, and I hope that they do make it there. And plus, he need to be glad she accepted him with all, oh yeah, look, I am about to move on. So they had the dinner with the porn star and her man, and they were totally disrespectful, offering this girl money, talking about go back home, oh you only here for a green card, oh we trying to be nice, we trying to let her know she got a way out. No, they were so disrespectful, demeaning, and condescending, and not only to her but to Robert as well. And plus, even if it wasn't condescending to Robert, the fact that they're disrespecting your woman is disrespect to you, and every man and every woman need to realize that, no matter who's coming from. If someone is disrespecting your relationship or your person who you're with, they are disrespecting you. And Robert should have really got into their ass. Like, oh, hold up, this ain't what we about to do. And my thing is, I totally agree with how Annie handled that. I would have been like, girl, I'm not accepting any advice from no dang on porn star. Like, who are you as a moral code? Who are you to try and judge our relationship or say any? You don't know me. Y'all don't talk to me enough to know talking about I want to be gone. If I had the money, I did. Like, they were out of line. I don't like them after that. Like, if I was Annie, I would just never deal with them again. They trifling. So that's how I felt about that. And Robert's sister, though, I appreciate her for the neutral perspective that she has on their relationship. She does not come in as judgment. She just come in as trying to be a helpful support to them and give them realistic things to look at. And I like her for that. You know, like when she was telling Annie, like, well, you know, he's not rich. He can't give you all that right now. He has to build to that. Like, she was giving great advice. She wasn't judging Annie. She understood where Annie was coming from, but just trying to let her know, like, he can't actually do that overnight. Now that you're here, that would have had to have been prepared before you came. But now that you're here, you have to wait and let him build on that to make that happen. Tanya and Sinjin. Wow. I cannot stand Tanya. She comes off to me, number one, she don't have any role model of what it is to be a wife or a man's woman. Her mother is single, and her mother has that demeanor of, I don't need a man, which is what she's been trained up all her life is, oh, I don't need a man. She has not been able to actually see two people coming together in a relationship and interacting in the dynamics of it and the compromise that goes with it, because that girl is selfish. She's full of her freaking self, and to me it stems from insecurity and low self-esteem. Her behavior to me is showing one of a person who making Sinjin out to seem like he's just all over her and he's more into her, especially when she's around her girlfriends, her little friends. Like, oh, he wants me to call. Oh, he died. It seems like she gets a boost from out of that. That feeds her ego, her self-esteem to feel like, oh, I'm desperately wanted. And that's what I pick up from her. But I personally feel that if Sinjin was to leave, she would be crying like a baby in a fetal position for weeks. She is dogging him out. I don't know if she realizes that's what she's doing. Like I said, I think that she's trying to play it and make this effect like this man is just so in love with me. Someone, yeah, they really want me this bad. And, oh, it's just too much for me. That's what I believe. And to me, she's full of shit. telling him, I can't make a promise to call you. I don't know if I can do that. That's too much. I'm giving you the best I can. Like, are you serious? If the best that you can give me is I will try to call you, he needs to end that. No, because guess what? If the shoe was on the other foot, and this was all stuff that Sinjin had done, a woman would blow their freaking lid. We would not accept that. We would not feel that that was acceptable, and we wouldn't tolerate it. So I feel Sinjin definitely could do better. And if he leave her, I wouldn't be mad at him for it. And I hope she get her stuff together before he leave, because he is actually a great man. He's a great supportive man. Like, what woman wouldn't want to have a Sinjin? She doesn't deserve him. She need to grow her ass up. She need to realize that you got a catch, and you lucky that you got that catch, and you need to act as such. Flat out. And then got the nerve to tell this man talking about, I don't feel you're my soulmate. I just feel that my first love was my soulmate. Clearly that wasn't your soulmate, because y'all ain't together. That's the person who you wanted to be your soulmate. That was the first person that you experienced that form of love with. But that wasn't your soulmate, or y'all would have been together, or y'all would be together. So I did not like that she was doing that, because now not only have you been treating him like you don't need him and that he's your little accessory, but now you're actually putting him down to tell him that he doesn't even match up to an ex that ain't even thinking about your ass. You don't do that. I've been in love before with a guy, and you know my mindset towards that is clearly, if I thought that was right and could have worked and it didn't, who my actual soulmate is going to be 100 times better than what my wildest dream could imagine, better than what that relationship was. She has an immature mindset, and you know what? Maybe she treats him the way that she does because she's just using him to fill that void of her soulmate not being there. Since her soulmate didn't want her, now she is using Sinjin to fuel, oh, someone wants me then, and possibly even make her ex jealous. Like, oh, okay, I'm moving on, because her behavior is just ridiculous to me, and her mom is ridiculous to me as well. That's why her mom lonely and single 9, because you want to have that mindset that you don't need a man and that you don't have to compromise or be there for a man. It does not make a woman weak to submit herself to a man, to love a man. The strongest thing you can do is be vulnerable. Okay, yeah, everyone is afraid of getting their hearts broken, their feelings hurt, and all that. You don't put up a guard by treating other people like you don't need them and that they ain't shit, and then think that you're going to have what it is you truly want, which is a true, pure, loving marriage or relationship. It does not work like that. The strongest thing you can do is go ahead and say, I'm going to be vulnerable and willing to express my love to you, open myself up to love. And then if I'm rejected, it's not reciprocated, fine. That's not the one. I will heal. I'm not going to die. We're still here. We've all had our heart broken before. We're still alive. We're still here. You can get past it. Flat out. But anyway, and then Mercil. So Mercil, to me, is, I think, I'm sorry y'all, but I personally think that Mercil, and why can't I remember that woman's name, and the one who neglected her kids, who put the man before her kids, I believe that them two might have like a mental illness, a disability, like something might have went wrong in their development. I'm not sure, but they come off as a little off to me, which possibly could make them a great couple. But anyway, that woman is desperate as hell. She's desperate. She's willing to take any